Hey listeners, welcome back to Speakuk, your inspiring channel. Today let us look at the best books of all time. Number 12. Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis. Lewis's last novel is a retelling of the Cupid and Psyche myth. It's about love, loss, bitterness and suffering. And it's beautiful. We find something new every time we read it. 11. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. We can't appreciate Gatsby until we become an adult. However, we will be easily get attracted to Fitzgerald's beautiful prose and simple storytelling. 10. Night by Lee Wiesel. The autobiographical account of the author's survival of the Nazi death camps is both haunting and inspiring. It is not extremely graphic, but no less poignant because of it. 9. The Martian by Andy Weir. Yes, a complete reversal from the heavier fiction. You will laugh out loudly for a while if you read this. 8. Guards by Terry Pratchett. If you like fun stories with names like Brother Plasterer, The Unseen University, and Ankh-Morpork, then you'll like this story of magic, mayhem, and a marauding dragon. 7. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. We never get tired of Elizabeth's wit. And of course, Darcy. 6. Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. This science fiction is still favorite for many. Its sequel, The Lost World, also became popular. Most of Crichton's earlier novels are also pretty great. 5. Villette by Charlotte Bronte. Villette is the lesser-known work of the same author who wrote Jane Eyre. Villette tells the story of Lucy Snow, a 23-year-old English woman with no living relatives who travels to Belgium to teach in a school. There she meets Paul Emmanuel, whose character is rumored to be based on a married man Bronte fell in love with while she herself was teaching in Brussels. It is darker than Jane Eyre and wonderfully crafted. 4. Annie of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Where to begin with this one? Annie of Green Gables and the 7 novels which we can enjoy every bit as much as an adult. Annie Shirley is an orphan who has been passed around from house to house, used as a free labor babysitter, before she finally ends up in an orphanage. Then through a colossal mistake, she ends up at Green Gables, the house of Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, an elderly brother and sister who wanted to adopt a boy to help on the farm. After Anne finds out they didn't want a girl, she begs them to be allowed to stay. But with her temper, her excessive talking, and her constant daydreaming, Annie gets into all sorts of trouble. But the Cuthberts soon find they can't imagine life without the little red-headed girl, and she ends up helping them as much as they help her. It's a feel-good, heart-melting sort of story that will make you laugh and cry. 3. Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling. Most people know about these, of course, or have at least heard of them. We grew up reading them, but also because they contain probably our favorite literary character of all time, Severus Snape. His story explains why we waited in line in the middle of the night to pick up the copy. His character arc is the reason we read the books voraciously and cried almost uncontrollably. 2. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, just yes. The gold standard by which all other fantasy novels are measured. Favorite characters? Boromir, Theoden, Ian, Sam, and Gollum. There are those moments when you really feel that an author has lived through some dark times, that they have experienced true darkness. A place where the good times can't be remembered. The darkness steals the good memories, erases them, and you are left with nothing but your present self and your immediate distress. Great is the writer who can put those times into words. And finally, number 1. The Chronicles of Narnia. The Chronicles of Narnia must be read in the correct order, that is, the order of publication: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. Reading TMN first is like watching the Star Wars prequels before the original trilogy. You just shouldn't do it. The Chronicles of Narnia holds a special place in everyone's heart. Many of us still have those old copies. We can't bear to replace it. Thank you, listeners. These are the 12 great books from our gathering. You can comment the great book you know so far. Thank you again. We'll come up with some more interesting topics in our next video.